Nervous about that, and I'm not even realizing it.
So, Marietta, tell us your name, tell us things about yourself, how you got there. So, start off with your name and some things that you want to share.
Okay, my name is Marietta A. I am an herbalist. I am a spiritualist. I am a lot of things.
A lot of things. You're a mother?
I'm a mother.
Right?
To a 3-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I am extremely passionate about healing the mind, body, and spirit. And so most of my work is around the spirit.
On the spirit? Okay. So do you, which avenue do you worship, or which avenue do you flow from?
I don't know that I have a specific worship. I mean, I'm leaning in learning about Haitian Vodou.
Okay.
But I honor my ancestors. I have an ancestral altar. I'm open to all the religions. I feel like I've studied different things throughout my life. I was Buddhist at one point. I read from the Bible. You know, I incorporate everything, all of the tools that we and our ancestors have used to survive. So I don't have one specific thing.
Awesome. And the work that you're getting ready to, as an herbalist, you have to be able and open, in my opinion, to be able to speak in many languages and many avenues. So I think you're on the right track for that. So let's jump right on into it. So tell us about what a tincture is, tell us how you got started, and where you're at in your practice.
So how I got started, I think when I was in high school, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So at the time, I always was interested in natural medicine. My dad spoke about natural medicine since I was like a young girl. But at that time, I was looking like colleges where would teach natural medicine, and there really wasn't anything that I knew of. So I went into school to be a nurse. I graduated in 2015 as an RN. I got my license and I began practicing doing that. Fast forward, trying to think of dates, 2017 I think, I came across Delicious Savage. That's where I met you, Star.
Right.
And yeah, that changed my life.
Yeah, that was a life-changing experience. Learning about the different aspects of yoga, and then anti-racism and anti-sexism and neonationalism that we studied during that period. Was a growing up period.
Yeah.
I really believe it was.
Yeah. For me, the biggest thing was, I guess, believing that I'm a black person. So I had the most, because I'm a biracial black person. So my mother is British and my dad is Haitian. So growing up, I didn't think I was black. So that was like the big theme that helped me kind of carry on what I needed to know.
I'm not laughing. I just remember the moments and the hugs and the kisses and telling her, "Oh, that's okay. I have a grandbaby. She's just like you, and it's okay. And you know, you'll figure it out." And I'm so glad that you walked that walk.
Yeah. Reflecting on it now, I'm like, wow, I did that. Yeah. So that during that time, I realized I don't want to do nursing anymore.
Okay.
But I was too scared. So I was too scared to like let go of the money. I'm like, how am I gonna live? You know. So I kept working. And to make a long story short, I believe spirit pushed me out of nursing. Okay. So I had my son in 2020, January 1st, 2020, and I lost my job right before then.
Okay.
So that kind of pushed me to kind of be forced to, do I keep doing nursing? I have been traumatized from that experience, and the racism that I experienced at that job, and I decided to go into school again. So
Okay.
I found a herbalist program called Wild Cherries
Okay.
with Michelle Sotos, Uma, and Vilda, and I joined that, and that kind of catapulted my journey into herbalism. So it was like an introductory.
Okay.
Um,
So how long are you for in your program?
so now I'm in actually a different program.
Okay.
So I finished Wild Cherries, and I felt like there was something missing.
Mhm.
There were pieces of things that I was like asking questions about, things I noticed about the plants, and I didn't feel like I was able to get what I wanted. So, or I got what I needed, you know, but I desired more. So,
So that was like an introduction.
yeah, definitely, and it changed my life. I've been using plant medicine since, but I came across an herbalist. Her name is Karen Rose, Empress Karen Rose, and she has an apprenticeship with Sacred Vibes. Her apprenticeship is Sacred Vibes apprenticeship. She's located in New York, so I applied, I want to say in April of 2022.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm in that program. I got in. I was just like ecstatic that I got in because it was hundreds of applicants.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's a blessing right there.
yeah,
So that let you know at least you're on the right track.
yeah, definitely. I was like screaming when I got the acceptance, and it's online. So I was praying about that. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get to New York, but I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But that was part of my prayers, that she would do it online.
Mhm.
So she did, and now I'm in level 2
Okay.
of the apprenticeship.
And how many levels are there?
There are 3.
Okay, all right. Halfway through.
So level 3 is how to put it? Invitation only. So I'm excited for when Spirit allows me to do level 3. But
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the tinctures and the things that you do and some of the plants that you use.
How can I tackle that question? So plants are here to heal us. They're here, you know, they're amongst us everywhere that we go. You walk into your backyard, there are plants to heal us, and we can utilize them in different ways. So one of the ways that you've been asking about is a tincture. Tinctures are plant material that has been extracted through using alcohol.
Okay.
So that's one of many ways to extract the plant's healing properties. There are other ways, such as vinegars, glycerins, honeys, oils. There's so many ways to get the medicine from the plants. Teas. So I like to use tinctures.
Okay, so that's your avenue of what you believe will be your expertise.
I don't know if I'd say expertise. I think being a mom and being on the go a lot, sometimes I don't have time to like make a loose leaf tea.
Right.
So tinctures, I literally have a bag in my purse actually. I want to show it because I was gifted this bag from
What's your toolbox?
Yeah. And shout out to Alita, Miss Alita. She makes these beautiful bags.
Wow, did y'all get to hook up?
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It's really
So,
pretty. Oh,
yeah.
Another one of our beautiful sisters that we have to interview?
Yes.
Yes. Go.
And I carry this around in my bag, and I call it like my
And if you don't want to cut you off, but it fits you. I mean,
Yeah.
like, it fits you. Like,
Yes.
like, it definitely was made just for you.
Yes. When she brought it, I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. And she's like, it's for you. I'm going to gift it to you. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's a sacred, you know, this bag saves my life in so many different ways. Even on the way here, I was feeling so anxious. I don't know what's going on with me. And I turn to the plants when I don't know what else to do. You know, I mean,
Right.
I turn to God, you know, I turn to my ancestors. You know, I turn to the unseen, but I also can turn to the plants to help guide me. So,
Well, actually, when we're talking about the plants, that's the earth, as part of our elements that we always have to have on our altar anyway. So you are, when you say you didn't turn to God, you still turn to God, because
Yeah.
God is earth.
Yeah.
And earth is God. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, my perspective is that God, or the Most High, or however you want to call this energy,
Yes, absolutely.
it comes through in different ways, and we're all more alike than what we think. But yeah, I carry around this bag, and I have knowledge, and honestly, a lot of it is intuitive, but, well, not a lot of it. Some of it is intuitive, a lot of it is learned too, but I'll just pull out a tincture. So like before I came, sometimes I'll just reach in the bag, whatever comes out, oh, that's what needs me,
All right,
but,
all right. But that's your energy of healing. So you have been gifted that wisdom. They say that we are the ancients coming back. So as you being one of these ancients coming back through your wisdom that has been instilled in you, now you just have to present it. So
yeah.
So let's just see what's in your special toolbox.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff in here, but yeah, a bunch of different herbs. So just to pull something out that I think makes sense.
They all make sense in a way. They all make sense for different things.
Immediately, mugwort came out. So mugwort is actually a plant that's really indigenous. Like, it's very prevalent here in Pittsburgh. Almost anywhere you go, whenever you're by water, mugwort usually grows. It's I think, a beautiful plant. It silver bottomed leaves, and it's a lot about intuition. Actually, it's a lot about connecting to your dreams. Definitely spiritual support. But to, I guess, explain the tincture a little bit more, I would take it out, and the way that I take tincture is a little bit different. It's more spiritual in my perspective. But I would take it out. I would decide. I study numerology also.
Okay,
so,
not the one that gets to your toolbox.
Yeah. So I'll take it out, and I'll take however many drops I feel like I need. So,
So
for example,
as you go along, you prescribe as you go, as the spirit leads you.
yeah. And I feel like it's a subtle way. They call it energetic dosing.
Okay.
So there's different dosing, but that's going a little deep. But yeah, whatever I need. So if I feel like I need just sacred wisdom, I might take 7 drops.
Okay.
And it's really safe, but it's really subtle. Yeah.
So when a client comes to you, as we're having this conversation, is that how you diagnose?
I'm not in a place to diagnose quite yet. The way that I have been utilizing, like, talking with folks is actually, usually when I'm speaking to somebody and they have something going on, a plant will just come to me in my mind.
Awesome. The ancients again coming up in you. All right. I love that.
And most of the time, well, all of the time, there are properties of the plants that can help the person. So if I'm talking with somebody and they seem anxious, maybe lemon balm will pop up in my head. And lemon balm's a great herb for anxiety. The way that I encourage people to use the herbs, I'll tell them what's safe, what the dose is safe, which most standard doses is like a dropper full, of which you would pull it up in there and take a dropper full. It's usually safe, but I encourage people to try the drop dosing. Use their intuition and see, okay, how much do I need? Do I need this huge amount, of herb, or can I just try a little bit and see how it makes me feel? I encourage that.
So, for our side effects, do you feel there's a lot of side effects in the plants, or very little?
It depends on the plant. Okay. So, I, at this point in my practice, whenever I'm recommending herbs to people, I'm recommending the herbs that I know have like little to no side effects.
Awesome. That's really good to know, especially for people who are first getting introduced to natural medicine.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. So, anything else you want to share with us?
Let me think here. Yeah, I just want to reiterate about the side effects and contraindications. So I'm super careful of that piece because people take medication.
And I'm pretty sure you always remind them. You always put that disclosure out there, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I'm not a doctor. I do have a nursing degree, so this is not. I feel like it's added to the work that I'm doing, but also like the herbs that I choose to use are really gentle, really caring, especially at this point in my practice, at this point in my learning. So
I want to share with you, I've known you for a few years now. I watched you grow. I'm proud of you. I love you like my goddaughter. So I know that we're out here in the elements. Do you have a website where people, or Cash App or Instagram, where people can get in contact with you?
I don't have a website right now.
Okay, awesome. You don't need one. Instagram.
Instagram, I'm taking a break from actually social media.
Okay, that's right. For the next 40 days, no social media.
Yeah. But I do have email. I have a phone number. I'm kind of old school in that way. I would like to talk with people. Meet with them and see what's going on. Like I don't want to just give people things.
All right. So with that being said, you can share whatever information you want. Just put out your email address.
Okay.
Just put that out.
So my email is my last name, first name @gmail.com. That's ALT as in Tom, EN as in Nancy, OR, MARIETTA @gmail.com.
Awesome. So I thank you for letting me interview you. You're like my second person that I've interviewed. Really feeling this stuff of interviewing people. Maybe this is the next part of my journey. Personally, I'm like, you really got me excited. I love plants. The wisdom and knowledge that you brought to me, be like, oh man, where can I figure it out in my schedule? To learn more about being an herbalist. I don't know if I really want to be an herbalist. I just really want to plant them and then make stuff and somebody else do the work. But I know that's not reality. But I thank you. I'm for the star.
Marietta A.
We are sister, part of the sister circle, part of Star Flow, sacred ground, out here in the elements, elevating people to the next level. Much love.
Thank
Peace
you.
and blessing.